How y'all doing, everybody? This is the second part of my testimony. A few things I forgot to mention is when I was 16, I felt the call to preach sitting in a church service. I was sitting at a Sunday night service, and the preacher at the Sims Missionary Baptist Church, he just glowed the entire service. He just had some kind of glow about him. I didn't quite understand what it was, but I felt the need to go pray, and I felt that God was asking me to spread His word, to preach His message. So I went up to the altar call that night, and I probably spent a good 30 minutes with the preacher, explaining the glow of Him and everything else, and everything I felt in my heart. I think a few months later he asked me to preach at the church, and I preached my first sermon. I can't remember if I preached on Jonah or if I had preached on young Timothy. I know those were a couple of the first two sermons that I've ever done, and I still have the sermon notes and everything on a flash drive. When I became 18, my dad also felt the calling to preach. He said he had felt that calling before in his younger days. And the amazing thing is, me and him both got our pastoral license on the exact same day. It was a very memorable day for me and for my dad. After that, I've preached off and on at many different churches, be it Baptist, Christian church, Pentecostal, Methodist. I've preached in about every type of church there is besides Jehovah's Witness and Catholic Church. It's nice to go inside most of these churches, wonderful people. And then in, I believe it was 2011, 2012, I started pastoring my first church. It was the Richland Congregational Christian Church, south of Boylston. Little bitty church of about an average of about 10 people. Excellent church. I was there for almost 2 years before I went off and moved back with my parents. And after that I filled in off and on, and then 2014, after losing my dream job on the railroad due to high blood pressure issues, I went to the the Congregational Christian Church. And I tell you what, Pastor Jay and his family have been excellent to me. They helped me grow so much and allowed me to fill in at their church from time to time. And right now I'm just filling in as I'm asked. I haven't been asked for several months, but I'm always willing to go any church. I don't charge or anything. If they feel like they need to give me some money for being there, that's fine, but I don't accept any money. I don't want to be paid for doing God's work. And I tell you what, doing God's work is such a blessing to me, and preaching His Word and reading His Word inspires me. And I hope it inspires you. And I hope you get out there and at least read a passage a day. Look up the meaning, look up the history behind it. Well, that's the end of my testimony. I'll have more to fill in the blanks on these, but this is just the main highlights of my life right now up to this point. Thank you, and God bless.